This instrument is called the Glockenspiel. The Glockenspiel looks just like metallophone. The only difference between a Glockenspiel and a metallophone is that your bars are smaller, and normally your Glockenspiel is going to be smaller in diameter as well, okay? But my bars are still made out of metal. They are just a lot thinner, and they're a lot shorter, okay? So Glockenspiels are a metal instrument that make a bright sound as opposed to the metallophones that make a more mellow sound, okay? In our music, and we're going to go to this really quickly. In our music, you have G, E, G, G, E, G, A, G, F, E, D, E, F, E, F, G, C, 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 D, E, F, G, G, D, D, F, E, D, C. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to figure out what letters you're going to play. Well, you already know what letters you're going to play because you already analyzed that part of it. Okay? However, on the Glockenspiel, if you guys notice, I have 2 C's, I have 2 D's, 2 E's, 2 F's, 2 G's, and 2 A's. The only thing that I have one of is my B. Okay? So let's look at our music. And this is the rule that you need to remember. Oh, my music is blurry. See if it'll focus here. There it goes. The rule that you need to remember is if your circle is below line 3, you're going to play the bigger bar of that note. I'm going to say it again. If your circle is below line 3, you're going to play the bigger bar of that note. So let's look at my first circle. My first circle, we labeled it as G. You guys told me it was on line 2. Is line 2 above or below line 3? It's going to be below. So between the 2 G's that I have on here, between the small G and the big G, sorry, I'm going to play the bigger G. So in looking at our music, let's just scan over it really quickly. Do we have, well, no, let me ask it this way. Are all of our circles below line 3? And the conclusion that you should have come to is yes, all of our circles are below line 3. So because they are all below line 3 in this particular piece of music, I am only going to play these bars right here. I'm going to play big C, big D, big E, big F, big G, and big A. I don't have any circles on line 3 at all, but if I did, that would be the B, okay? But I'm only going to be playing the bigger bars of that letter. Whenever you play your barred instruments, and it does not matter what it is, it could be a xylophone, it could be a metallophone, it could be a glockenspiel, it could be resonator bells. Whatever you are playing, you have 2 sets of nails. You have a set of nails on the top, and you have a set of nails on the bottom. Whenever you're playing with your mallet, you're using the ball part of your mallet, and you're hitting in between those 2 nails, okay? Whenever you hit, it's a light hit so that the mallet can bounce up off of it quickly so that you allow the bar to ring. So whenever I play it, okay, and you hear that ringing sound, and the way that I dampen it is just by simply putting my hands over it to stop the vibrations of it, okay? If you leave your mallet on the bar after you hit it, it's not going to have that bright ringing sound. It's going to sound more like a thud. Okay, which doesn't sound very good, okay? So you want to make sure you hit it lightly and you allow the mallet to bounce up, okay? That is for the Glockenspiel. So what you're going to do is you are going to partner up with somebody. Your partner is going to read you the letters a measure at a time. If you forget what a measure is, go back and look at your definition. And then the other person is going to play it. So let's say that I have a partner and they're going to tell me And look, I can put my music here because I'm not using any of these. So they're going to tell me first, G, E, G. Then I'm going to play. And then they're going to tell me the next measure, G, E, G. Then I'm going to play. And then they're going to tell me A, G, F, E. Then I'm going to play. And then they're going to tell me D, E, F, E, F. Then I'm going to come down here. G, C, 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 C. C, D, E, F, G. G, D, D, F. Oops, I played that wrong. Let me try that again. G, D, D, F. E, D, C. Okay, so that is the Glockenspiel, which is the smaller sister to the metallophone. Because I only have 4 Glockenspiels that we are going to get to use, we are also going to use these guys. These guys are in black cases, and we're going to see if they fit on my desk, kind of, in a roundabout way. These guys are in black cases, and these guys are called Resonator bells, okay? My Resonator bells, ooh, let's see, can you see? Kind of. My Resonator bells have how many bells in them? So if we count them, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Because my Resonator bells only have 8 in them, these are called an octave. So an octave in music is a set of 8 notes, just like an octagon has 8 sides, okay? Well, we know in our original musical alphabet, there's 7 letters. So because in this case there are 8 bells, only one of those letters is repeated. And I'm going to pull it down just a little bit so you can see the letter names. And I know you can't see this guy over here, but what do you think the letter that is repeated is? It's the letter C, right? So you have big C here, and then you have D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Because remember, once we get to the letter G, we start over again at A, okay? So because this one only has one letter that is duplicated, you only have to worry about which C do you play, the big C or the small C. And again, you're looking at your music. I'm going to pull it out right there. And do any of my circles, are all of my circles below the 3rd line? If the answer to that is yes, anytime you have duplicated letters, you're always going to play the bigger bar. And since this C is below the 3rd line in my treble clef, I know that I'm going to play the bigger bar C, okay? With the Resonator bells, you already have a mallet in here. It is kind of a long mallet. You don't need to hold it all the way down here, okay? You need to hold it about a little less than halfway, and then you're going to play it the same way. It has, let me pull this guy, it has 2 nails, one nail at the top, the other nail at the bottom, and again, you just let it bounce so that it can ring. And you're going to play it the same way, with a partner saying, and then with the other partner playing it, and then you guys would switch. Oops. Just like that. So it has that beautiful ring as opposed to the thud. Right? Doesn't sound very good. All right. So that is how you play both of these, okay? You are going to take turns, and the goal is for you to try to be able to play the entire piece of music of this old man. Oh, look, I can put it down closer now. Of this old man for memory. Okay? While you're doing this, you are actively learning how to read music, and you are also actively learning how to play the instrument. I hope you guys enjoy this activity.